Welcome to Carter's Retro Reviews. You know, have you ever taken a shit that has just been so immensely satisfying? Yeah. Oh man, it was so good, seriously. I mean, it was like an orgasm for my butt, you know. Wait, no! I've been looking for a new game on the Saturn which I thought I'd like, so I pulled this game out and hoped that it would relieve the streak of shitty games I've been playing. I mean, my purpose, apart from dicking around, was to showcase all the games in the Saturn library that are awesome. And, okay, I've uncovered a few duds. And while this game is not a highlight, it's certainly the relief I was looking for, and even, it might be better than I really give it credit for. The game was made by HMS Software. Who are they? No idea. Why didn't you search this on the Googles? I did. And? I found nothing, apart from the fact that it was on PC, PlayStation and Saturn. And the version we're looking at is the Saturn version. You know, like normal. Like every other fucking game I do. The whole point of mass destruction is exactly what it sounds like. Get in a tank and blow shit up. I like how you get missions for each level, but they're simply rewording, go fuck shit up. Do I even really need a reason? I just feel like being destructive, which is something I can't really do in the real world, so here we are. The presentation of the game is fine. The theme is strong throughout, which has a nice consistency, but the whole army thing was something I was never attracted to in my gaming. The colours work fine, and its function is straight to the point. In-game presentation has a nice layout and we're simply given the basics. Although, I would say that the status bar at the bottom was a little confusing at first. The map we have located in the bottom left hand corner was a nice idea, except the enemies look like these white blips on the screen which I could barely see, and on a big screen made it harder, strangely enough. The graphics are also very basic, but there's something I feel I need to quantify. I like the fact that it's not from a first-person perspective, but quite often I'd go on rants about how the state of AAA gaming has become a thing I now detest, and okay, it could be a reflection of my old attitudes in gaming, or it could be more of a reflection that I want more from my gaming, and it's the developers of AAA games that have simply run out of ideas. I'd talk about how every single AAA game, more or less, looks the same. They're usually green, grey, dark brown in colour, and what we're seeing here is really more of that. This is ultimately a 90s version of that. So it would be unfair for me to dismiss the graphics in current titles if I let the colour scheme in this game slide. And quite honestly, I don't like it much in this game either. Graphically, this is quite good with the animation being smooth as fuck. And in fact, if you compare this version of the game with the PlayStation version, this is a better version regardless of the fact that PlayStation does transparencies better. At least this game has the decency to give us a few snow levels and a few levels with grass to break up the barren dryness of the desert and dirt. Sound is pretty standard really. I get a light backing soundtrack and large explosions, but this is enough and it's not too distracting. Plus, everyone loves explosions, and you're gonna get lots of that. I always envisaged while this thumping war soundtrack is going on outside, what is really being played on the inside of the tank was this. Gameplay is pretty good. The directional controls are a bit shit, but you get used to it. It's fine when you face north, but when you go in any other direction, your controls are a little confusing. It feels like it would probably benefit from an analog controller or the 3D controller for the Saturn. The controls are accurate and pretty snappy. Nice. Just about everything in all the levels are destructible. Like I said, this game is simple, and you're either gonna love or hate that idea. Maybe you want more. Quite honestly though, if they got this part right, I'm a happy camper. I played enough duds to know that you can get the simplest thing wrong and ruin even a basic game. So they aim low and they hit their mark. Well, that's what this game seems like. Difficulty is pretty hard, but no more harder than any other 90s game really. And it's not because of shit controls that makes this game hard. It's hard on your terms, not its. The only time it truly derails from blowing shit up is going to pick up a guy, and don't do what I did and blow him up too. He's a nice guy, probably has a wife and kids. He probably likes football, beer and blowjobs. He's probably out there anticipating his return home, and you just fucking run him over, you douchebag. Look, don't cry. I know you didn't mean it. Look, you were just out there shooting at everything and having a good time and you went too far. Look, reel it in, buddy. Look, we can cry it out. As a one-player game, you don't have a local versus mode, which would have been nice, but the amount of times that you'll have to get through a level will make the game long enough as it is. Not to mention, you blow shit up. If you find that fun, you'll be back. Would I recommend this game? Yeah, absolutely. It doesn't really ask for much, it doesn't aim high, and it doesn't have huge aspirations, but it does what it does well, and it's fun along the way, even if it is simplistic.